So now Table Talk is doing it's reaching out a little bit, and it was kind of hard because a lot of people that I thought that would support and read these things, um, they honestly they wasn't. So it became to get a little bit frustrating and disappointing. And my friend Bruce said, there's communities out there where people really study. They look at these posts and they study them. You just need to get into these groups. And he invited me to one of the groups. And one thing he said was that once you get in these groups, you need to make sure that what you're teaching and what you're putting on here is on point. Because you have pastors and you have people that will read it and they will let you know if what you're putting is biblically sound. So I said, okay. He invited me in, and so I started posting my table talks on in these different groups. And as I'm starting to post table talks to these groups, my numbers start rising up. More people are starting to like the page. More people are starting to like the table talks. And more people is starting to expect these table talks. So table talk becomes this big thing to Victorious Truth Ministries. So we have Full Circle and we have, and I'm doing table talk. And I'm doing both of these simultaneously. Then I get hooked up next. Well, the next stage, I ain't gonna say then because this is a while. Then the next stage is I get hooked up with someone from a community that wants to put table talk on video. Now, after I put table talk, now he wants to put table talk on video. Now I'm tripping like, huh? His name is Elder Best with United by Faith Productions. He comes, we're talking and I'm explaining to him table talk. Now I just want him to do my thought process at the time. I'm not moving past Full Circle. I'm still on Full Circle now. My idea is, okay, we've never had anyone preaching to music before. That was an idea that was just fresh out of Bruce's head. Just like, let's just put this together. It's never been done before. Let's get this in. So that's why I feel like that caught so well, because people ain't heard it before, and we was only giving them little snippets. So they still are kind of, I hope at least, still waiting on that. Then I come up with the idea. He was like, he saw one of my promo clips on YouTube, and Elder Best was like, if you ever want to, hook up and do anything, let me know. I have no problem working with you. And I told him the same thing. So we meet up, and I pretty much want to talk to him about videos for the Full Circle. But little do I know, he's been reading the table talks, and because I was posting them in his group, and he has a whole nother idea. He has an idea to get a table full of, with a council of elders, pastors, church leaders, and we talk about table talk. We have a serious table talk. So he took my concept and made it even more of a reality. So now we have table talk, the webisodes that we get ready to work on. So now I have Full Circle, Table Talk, and the Table Talk webisode. Now, on top of all that, my wife does a we do a series on Table Talk. Well, I did a series on Table Talk about the Institute of Family, of Marriage. And one week I asked my wife to do her perspective on being a wife in a marriage, in a family. Y'all know what I mean. But she does it, and she gets such a good response that she decides that she wants to do her own page. Well, even before that, with Table Talk began to do so well, and Victorious Truth Ministries on Facebook started to do so well. I was having so many people, like pastors, elders, bishops, things of that nature, was on the Table Talk that, I'm not on Table Talk, that was on the Facebook Victorious Truth page, that I began to ask people that are leaders to somewhat guess right on one week. Every third week of each month, I would ask someone from my Facebook page to do a table talk for me. So the first one that I did was my friend Bruce. Then I did the Institute of Marriage, and that was the first series I think I started. And that's when, no, Church Hurt was my first series. Second series was Institute of Marriage, and that's when my wife came in and she did it. And she took what she did and she catapulted her ministry in with new foundations. So now, and that's a ministry for wives and women. So now we have Full Circle, we have Table Talk Devotion, then we have New Foundation, ministry for wives and women, then we have the Table Talk webisode. Now, we get done with the Table Talk webisode, we record our first one. This was about a month ago, I think. And all this stuff is moving just as fast as I'm telling this story is how fast things are moving in VTM. Now we get done with the webisode and we post it. And oh goodness, I'm like seriously skipping. I gotta go back real quick. Then VTM does this. I do a video. This was before we did the webisode. I did a video called Motivation Music. And this came about because I was on Facebook posting stuff about this artist, T. Hattie. I was posting stuff on Facebook, and one of my posts caught his attention because it was of one of his songs that hasn't came out yet, but it was on I won't say a mixtape, but it was like it was kind of a mixtape, and it had a couple of his songs coming out from his ministry. I mean, from his CD, and I posted one of his lyrics on his song because I was going. That was one of my. It was Fold Under Pressure, and he heard it and he asked me how did I get the lyrics, and then he thought about it and he just gave me props for, mentioning his lyrics. And we kind of started, I started inboxing him, asking him questions. Then I asked him, would it be all right if I did one of my devotions on one of his songs? And he said, he will have no problem with me doing that. So I did it, Motivation Music, and it was pretty much, explaining gospel music from then to now. And you would just have to see the video. I actually did a video on it too, and I got response back from that, and people said they wanted to see more videos of the table talks, which will be coming soon. More videos for the table talks.